Hello, this is the second Label Babel introduction video. What we'll do right now is we'll just log on to the account we used before that we created for the first Label Babel introduction video. And now there are some things before you can print labels. You have to do page setup, and you have to make sure that it is not shrink to fit page. Okay, you want it to be portrait, and you want print background colors and images on if you want to use background images, which many people do. If you click on the margins and heading footer, you want 0 headings, margins on both sides, and you want all the headers and footers to be blank. Now that will allow you to print labels on Firefox and also IE9. So if you're on so at this point we can print labels. If we want to do envelopes, okay, well that is a little different. We have to actually be on IE9 for that. Now most of the label files, for instance, this default label file sits on my server, but if you want to make a copy of it on your local machine, on local browser storage, if you see here, you see store labels locally. Most label files are stored locally on your browser. They're not stored on the Label Babel server. So in this case, you'll type in a new label file name. You'll hit Create New Label File button. At this point, you'll be asked whether you want to copy the existing labels over or just create a new label file. At this point, for this reason, we'll copy the old labels over. So we'll hit Cancel there. And you can see here at the label files for new account that we have local, new account, local file 1.lab. And this means the local means it's local on your browser. It is not on my server. So Label Babel doesn't know anything about the addressing details of the people on this label file. A new account means that's the account name, because you could have several accounts on the same machine. So at this point, you can do everything you normally do with a local label file as you would a server label file, and you can change. But what we'll do now is we'll add a background image. So to add a background image, you can see here that there's no background images there. So we'll hit the upload image link. Right. Now this will give you some introductory information. If you're on Firefox 9 or IE9, you have to go to page file setup and turn print background colors on. You've already been told that. So we'll upload the background image now. We'll hit the browse button and we'll look for a background image. Alright, so we'll try the Hong Kong flag there. That's hongkong.jpg. We'll hit the open button, and that image has now been uploaded with the name of Hong Kong to our background image combo box. So in this case, we have to hit the reload page button in order to refresh the background image combo box. And we'll go here. We'll see. You can see there in the background images that it has Hong Kong there. Okay. So we'll select that. We'll change the font color to be black again, since there's a fair bit of red there. There's the background opacity, which is the faintness indicator. That is set at 1.0 now, but normally it would be set at 0.3 for most background images, or perhaps 0.1 if you're on Internet Explorer. So we've set the settings here, so we'll save the labels again, because the saving the labels also changes the settings, saves the settings, so that we don't have to set them again. You'll see here that labels are stored locally. Okay, and we'll hit the print labels button, and as you can see there, you've got the background, you've got the Hong Kong flag as the background there, and that will actually print if you've set the page setup correctly. As we see there, you have to have that ticked on Firefox, and it's very similar on IE9 as well. So if we go print preview there, you'll see that you have that one page of labels there with the background color, background of the flag. Now you don't need to, we'll hit the F5 to get back to the dashboard, and you don't need, with background images, to set them to the label size. We'll change the label size here, and you'll see it's 63.5 by 38.1. Okay, and we'll go print labels, and you'll see that even though the label size has changed, the JPEG background image has been stretched in the X and Y direction to totally fit the label. So we will resize the label, and we'll apply opacity to the label, that is faintness, so it doesn't overcome the foreground text. We'll hit F5 again. And now at any time also, you hit the help button, and you'll be given some help on the button that is there. So save labels will save the labels either locally or on the server, and it's a very good button to save labels, because it saves your settings as well. So if we hit the hide help again, the help disappears. Same for delete label file. The delete label file will actually delete the label, okay, label file that is, and sometimes you don't want the labels for various reasons, and you want to delete them. So there's the hide help there. Sometimes you want to delete the screen labels, okay, and we'll delete the screen labels right now. We'll hit the help there, and you can see there's some help there for delete screen labels. If we hit the delete screen label button now, you'll be prompted to see whether you really want these to be cleared, and you can see they're cleared. However, they're not cleared at the server or at the browser level. They're just cleared from the screen, so that if I hit the reload page again, you can see that the label file comes back again. Okay, so you can see if we look here, we've got two label files. Now we can hit the you can see the duplicate labels has some help. You can duplicate up to 50 times. For insert labels, you can insert up to 50 labels at a time. We'll insert 10 labels here. And 10 labels blank labels get inserted at the beginning of the label file. You may wish this if you've already printed 10 labels on your sheet of labels and you still have 14 left to go. You might actually want to insert 10 blank labels. However, you can always edit them as always, and you can always put in an address. Now, hit the restore me. You can hit the delete me button to delete, and you'll see that the blank labels are being deleted there. I'll delete that one since I only want 24 labels there. And the other thing you can do is you can prepend a line to each one of the labels. So if we want to go managing director, you can prepend managing director or a title to each of the labels, and you can see that managing director is there. Okay, and you can also append to labels. So we'll put in Massachusetts to each one of the labels. And you can see now that Massachusetts is the last line on the labels. Now, as you see here, I've sort of deliberately messed up the labels to if you click on append labels again, that box disappears. So at this point here, I don't really wish to save this because Paul Cheffers is not the managing director. So I just basically reload the page and I get the saved version of the label files instead of the screen label version of the label files. So now just to show you, if we had background opacity at 1,0, right, and we printed the labels, you can see that the background image is very bright there and tends to obscure the foreground text. So I recommend 0.3 for a background opacity for Firefox and perhaps 0.1 for Internet Explorer. We'll hit the F5 to go back to the screen there. We'll hit log out. And that concludes the second introduction to the Label Mabel system. Thank you for listening.